Hi, my name's Elias Haddad, and this is my Smart Doorbell project. So, just to explain some code here first, um, I start with importing all of my necessary packages, and then I define a function to create a masked image. Um, so, in this, I define essentially a bunch of points that create a rectangle that goes around my bedroom door. After this, I fill it and I apply it to a mask for it. Um, I then go on to grayscale it, and I return my masked and gray images. I then define a function to send an email. Unfortunately, Yagmail wasn't working for me on this project. It wasn't compatible with my Pi, so I used SMTP instead. Here I have a bunch of arguments to be able to basically ease of use later down the line when I eventually want to send my email to myself for a notification when an entity enters my mask. So here I just have a bunch of definitions. I include my attachments for whatever ever I want to attach, and I connect to the servers. I log into my account, I send the email, and I close the connection. I'll then print a statement to make sure that I know the email has sent at the end of this. I then define a counter variable so I know how many times I'm looping through my next while loop here. So I'll increment my while loop. Um, I will then take my first and second image. Here I used RPI cam still for my images, and I defined a capture time of 2 seconds with a time lapse of 999 milliseconds so that it takes a picture twice per cycle. Next, I will apply the mask to these images, and I will save them. Next, I define a pixel threshold. Um, this was lower than the original value due to the fact that I'm in a darker area, so I wanted to make sure I accounted for that and really got as much as I can out of this algorithm. Before I keep going on about the pixel threshold, I wanted to make a note of my my kernel size for this. I use 21 by 21, mainly because of the large area that I'm using my mask on. This just helps with processing time, and it's really not necessary to get an extremely small pixel for this type of application, specifically in my situation with my area that I'm using. So back to this pixel threshold. Basically, this is the amount that I've defined that a pixel will need to change by in order for it to count. I will then go into my arrays and I will then compare pixel by pixel the changes between the images. So basically, if um, if that pixel exceeds the pixel threshold that I've defined, I will define it as a high in my image. Next, I will sum of that, so it'll take all those pixels that have changed and detected above the threshold, and it will sum those to be able to use in this if statement here. And if those amount of pixels exceeds my threshold of 50,000, which again, I increased it because it is a larger area that I'm using here, then we will enter this if statement here, and it will detect that an entity has entered my area. I will then go on and define basically a name for our video file down the line based on the date and time. I will then begin taking a video once something has entered the detection area, um, and I will then um, save that image using mkv merge, and it'll basically give a timestamp on it to be able to tell what time that this happened. After I've converted the file to an MP4, I will then upload my video to the cloud, which in this case is my Dropbox folder. And then again, I will use that email send function that I put in place earlier, and I will send an email notification to myself when an entity has gone into the area. And this will loop through until an entity has gone through the area, otherwise it will print nothing detected for now. And as of right now, you can't see it from this image here, but I have my LiDAR mount set up set up on my dresser over there, and it is facing the camera towards my bedroom door. Now that we've gone through that, let's go ahead and run this code and see how it works in real time. So here you can see it opening our image, and you can see my hallway with my bedroom door. And now I will go through and walk through, and now you can see the image here, and it will begin taking a 30-second video. And while it keeps going through the video, um, we will see that after this is over, it will upload to the Dropbox and send an email notification to my email account to notify that something has entered the area that I am looking into. So we will wait for this to finish, and it is converting the file, and it is now um, uploading this to my Dropbox. So we will wait for that to finish uploading. While we're waiting for that to upload, we can look up here and see that my detector total has increased to almost 200,000 from a previous 0, which is my pixels that are changing there. So yes, we can see that that has increased above my threshold value and above that 50,000 that I've set on that to make sure that this ends up detecting whatever entity is in my masking area. Now we will just wait a minute here for this to finish uploading. Sometimes it takes a second. All right, it is done, and now we will see our email sent. And it's going to keep going in the loop, so I'm just going to force quit that so that we can keep moving on with this video. But typically it would keep looping through to detect the next entity that would walk through. So now we will see here in my Dropbox that I should have a new video of the entity that is entered my area. And here it is, right there. Open that. Apologize for the slow internet here. And we can see me in my area right here. And I'm now exiting the area and coming back to my desk. So we see that. And then if we go in here to my email account, it has notified me that I have detected an entity in here. And we will see empty in the beginning. And this is me walking into the frame here. And we can see in our gray image that there is myself in there, and that is without me in the image. So you can see where those pixels were detected changing. Here's my mask right in my door frame right there, a little bit close up, but I am indeed in my door frame. And then that is me without it, so it has detected that change. So yes, that is my smart doorbell. If I were to improve a little bit upon this, I think that personally I would um, have not as much of a delay time between my images there. I have some hardware limited abilities here, so I'll hopefully be able to get a better camera, um, and be able to record images faster so that we can then compare them faster and detect an entity even quicker. Um, Unfortunately as well, the text notification was not working, so we have excluded that, but that would be a great feature to add on to this as well. And obviously, there's a lot of things that we could do in different lighting and different scenarios. But for this situation, this I think works really great, and it was definitely a really fun project to be working on. Thanks.